working on bikes. I love taking old bikes and fixing them up so people can use them again and cleaning them up. And I turn them into a thing of beauty in my mind. I don't charge, it's just my gift to my neighbors. So the wheels work and that's good.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, Karen.
Oh, the bike's ready, huh? Andrew's bike. Wow, look at that.
It is clean and neat and
Oh my
tidy and
God.
updated.
So I am going to ride his bike.
Oh, okay.
During COVID, we picked up biking because we want to be socially distanced. However, all of our bikes were not in a good condition at all. So we've been trying to get her bike to a repair shop. Everywhere we went, we called, they say, oh, at least 6 months, 5 months, we're not taking any more bikes, we're completely booked. As a whole family, we dearly, sincerely appreciate what Rick does.
Back in early April, in the beginning of the pandemic, there was somebody who sent out a message on our local listserv and said, is there anybody out there that can repair my daughter's, the brakes on my daughter's bicycle? I said I'm willing to do it, and since then I have had over 670 bicycles that I've repaired. Excuse me, just a second. When would you come? That'd be perfect.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Sounds good. All right. I'll see you then. Sure. Bye-bye. So that's somebody who will be bringing her bike over shortly. All right? A lot of what I do is actually just lubricating these things. That's good, Nikki. That's good.
You know, and maybe you can tell just looking at them right away if they don't even need to stay.
If they're good enough to go, they don't have to be beautiful. They just have to be functioning.
With the pandemic, I started to think, like, what else are the kids doing? Like, parks were closed. They weren't going to school. In Ward 8, which is, the poorest, probably the poorest part of Washington, D.C., where the most underprivileged families and kids live, there really was hardly anything to do. So every time I bring a bike to a child, I feel like it's giving them, a sense of freedom, a sense of fun, and probably most importantly, a sense that people care about them. I couldn't do this without Rick. Rick doesn't charge me anything. He does it out of the goodness of his heart. Rick's my hero in a lot of ways.
All right. I'll be in touch, Nikki.
Have a great day.
Thanks. I will let you know when things are ready. I guess it's always been in my nature, even when I was working, the place that I worked at the National Institute of Standards and Technology has a mission to support commercial activities in this country. And so I was a mission-oriented person even during my career, doing stuff to help other people. But after I retired, volunteering just seemed like a natural thing to do. I was comfortable, I was happy with what I had done, and I was looking for something else meaningful to do. And I started volunteering at the national park nearby, the C&O Canal. And I created and ran their bike loaner program down there. It's a place where people could come in and borrow bicycles for 2 hours for free. So we had 150 bicycles in our fleet. And that's when I learned how to repair bicycles. I fix the bikes in my garage. I park my cars out in the driveway or out on the street. And after the pandemic is over and I stop doing this, I will put my cars back in the garage. My own spare time, I ride my bicycle a lot. I go on bike rides with friends. It's important to me to ride, to be healthy, to stay healthy, but it also gets me out in nature, and I can just enjoy being away from everything and just riding my bicycle. going to go for a little test ride, okay? I'll be right back. I don't charge for anything that I do, but people do frequently bring me gifts, goodies, baked goods, brownies, or in this case, chocolate. These appeared from a lady whose bike I repaired this morning. So this is the note that the lady left along with the chocolate. It says, "Thanks for being big-hearted. Now my dogs and I can go on more bike rides together." It makes me feel good that I made somebody else feel good. And that makes my day. Well, one of the things that works for me that I enjoy very much is that doing this in my garage out here allows me to interact with my neighbors. The neighbors right next door to me, the neighbors across the street, the neighbors many streets away. I get to meet them, talk to them, interact with them, and get to know them. And that's an awful lot of fun. It's like it was when I was growing up. That's actually pretty well lined up. You want when you have a...
Rick is a great example of how to be a neighbor and contribute to the community, and I think really inspiring on how to keep a positive, upbeat feeling during a pandemic and make us connected in this sort of disconnected time.
My idea of a community, it's just the people that I interact with, where I live, the people in my neighborhood, in my town, in my city, in my country, and in the world. A lot of the bikes that were donated to me down at the Bike Loaner program that I couldn't use, I redonated to a group called Bikes for the World, and they would send the bikes out to other countries. So just the notion of helping people anywhere, everywhere is, I guess, what I call a community. I'm not going to make it really beautiful, but I am going to make it work. Good. At the end of the day, I can say I did something positive. I made something work. I made somebody happy. And at the end of my days, I'm actually pretty happy. And when I put my head down at night, I go right to sleep. And I wake up the next morning and I look forward to doing it again.